Hey guys, Haz here, and it's been 10 years since I've been snowmobiling. I've just decided to get back into the sport. I just bought a sled. I just bought a whole bunch of brand new gear, and I'm excited to get back after it again. And needless to say, things have changed a little bit since I went snowmobiling last. Nowadays, it seems like, everybody's running comms. These comms have music, and the friends of mine that are snowmobiling are telling me that the Cardo system is the way to go. So they also told me that this CKX or CKX mission helmet was the way to go. So I got a brand new CKX carbon mission helmet. It's got all the bells and whistles, the heated visor, all that stuff. And I got this Cardo Edge system. And I'm going to install it in this helmet. And I'm going to have a helmet with comms for the very first time ever. So I figured, I have all this new gear. I have a sled that's new to me, and I think I'm going to film some of this stuff and share some of my experiences getting back into snow sport after so long. So anyways, this Cardo unit obviously is going to come with some stuff. So this is the actual unit itself. This is the mount here. So we're going to quickly pull this out. So we got the mount. It's a very cool box. I really like how everything's boxed. We got, looks like a mic, a boom mic, a USB. Now, I have done a little research on these, and I was told both by my friends that use them and also based on the research that they do provide another microphone. It is like a small little microphone. I was told that the boom mic is the way to go and that the small mics actually will break over time because they just get wet. I guess all the humidity, so on and so forth. I believe this is the mic here. So I am not even going to try with the small mic. I'm just going to get the boom mic going, and that's going to be how I do it. So we got some alcohol prep pads, and we've got some adhesive mounting pads for the speakers. So, all right, guys. So we've got the headphones here, the headphones, and they're going to mount on these Brillo adhesive pads that we are going to put in the helmet in the ear holes. So I call it ear holes. I don't know what else you would call it. So these helmets pop all the way open. And if you look on either side of the cheek pieces, if you just go in a little bit past the cheek piece, there's an open space for your ears. So I don't know if you guys can see that right there. There's an open space for your ears on both sides, right in the middle of the padding there. And it's kind of hard to miss. That's exactly where your ears would go. That is where we are going to mount these sticky Brillo pads, adhesive pads. This is a brand new helmet, so I'm actually not even going to bother to use alcohol wipes to clean it because it's never been worn before. And I'm just going to open these Brillo pads, and I'm going to get these mounted. Now, the great thing about these is even if you need to adjust where the headphones are, you can move them up or down. So even if this pad is not perfectly centered to where your ear is, you can move these up or down. So that's the great thing about these. So let's get the one in, all right. Now we'll get the other one in. I promise you, I know the helmet's like a big black hole right now. It's going to look a lot easier when you're looking at this helmet. You just can't miss the spot in the padding where they give you that space for your ears and where you're going to want to naturally stick these pads. Okay, fantastic. All right, so that's in. That's in. So now, the way that we're going to do this is going to mount here, right? I'm going to put this on the left side. People that, again, you guys do your own research, but people were telling me that it goes best on the brake side, so the left-hand side. So I'm going to put this on my left, the left-hand side of the helmet, and I'm going to mount this here. So that means that the headphone with the longer wire is going to go on the right side, and the headphone with the shorter wire is going to go on the closest side to where you're mounting the Cardo. So that would be this one. It's the right side. So we're going to put this one in right there. Right there. Perfect. And I'm going to move them around, obviously, to get the wires hidden later. For now, we are just going to get things on. So this is the mounting clip for it also comes with an adhesive pad, right? That you can mount this to, the Cardo mount to. I'm not going to use this because I heard that the clip really works very well on this. Shout out to some of the videos. I was watching the Sled Addicts video on this, and they were saying that you just use this little clip. So I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So, we're going to mount this first. Okay, so when you put them in, there's these two little slots there, and there's these two slots here. You want to make sure they all line up and that everything goes in. Perfect. That's much better. Perfect. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to, there's a little gap here in the padding, right there. There's a little gap. So I'm going to try and push it into that little gap there. We're going to just wiggle it on here. Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah, it goes right on, guys. Look at that. Perfect. And now, these wires, where are we going to put them? So this skirt here comes up a little bit. Oh, perfect. Look at that. So there's a little notch there. You see this little notch here? You just pull it right out. It pops right out. And I'm just going to put those wires right in there. And then I'm just going to insert that again. Pop that back in. So now I have these wires right here. And one is the wire for the speakers, and one is the wire for the mic. So for the speakers, let's just plug that right in, I believe. Boom, yep, that works really nicely. Okay, and obviously the wires are all still loose inside the helmet. You guys look, you'll see the wires all loose in the helmet, so we're gonna have to tuck those behind stuff when we're done. But for now, we'll just kind of leave everything loose until we're finished here. My perfectionist nature is making me think, why is this still not slotted? Oh, I see. So there's actually a little clip here, and I need to find the clip. There we go. And we need to, there we go. I believe that's how it works. Yes, okay. I see how this clip thing works. Perfect. Okay, so excellent. Now the last thing is the boom mic. So I have left the breath mask in this helmet. I know some people are saying that they take the breath mask out. I am going to leave the breath mask in for now. I'm going to try it with the breath mask. So I'm going to plug the boom mic in, and I'm going to run it along the left side of the helmet, and I'm just going to kind of let it rest there. I'm not going to mess with it too much. It does have fuzzies, so I can put another sticker in here if I want to and have a spot for the mic to adhere. For now, I'm going to leave the mic loose, and I'm going to decide after I play with it a little bit, because I know some people, shout out to Sled Addicts again, I was watching their video on this. They say they like leaving it loose. I'm not going to know until I actually ride with it. So I'm going to try riding with it a little bit before I commit to adhering it to anything. Okay guys, so I paused the video just because I wanted to mess with the mic a little more. So what I found is, if you move this cheek piece off, right, you actually have a really nice, this is an air vent here. And I initially had said put the mic in here, but no, you definitely don't do that. So if you move this cheek piece off, there's actually a nice little spot. There's a piece of Velcro here that comes with it. That's where the cheek piece goes. But behind it, there's a nice little flat spot. And I don't know if you guys can really see it. I got a bunch of wire and stuff tucked in there. But anyways, that is where I used one of the square fuzzies that we had. We had one of these square fuzzies. And I put it in there, and I adhered it in there, right kind of behind the stock cheek piece Velcro that we have here. I put it back there and I mounted the mic to it. And you can see that when you close the cheek piece, look at where the boom mic is, it's right there. So I'm gonna now pull the padding off and just kind of work on hiding my wires and making sure none of them are loose and squirreled away. And I'm just gonna put all the padding back on. And as you can see now, the Cardo just literally goes right on like that. And there you go. So that's a fully installed Cardo. I'm just gonna clean the wires up and we're almost ready to ride here.